La Pippen didn't just build a reputation, she crafted a legend. Once known as a glamorous real housewife of Miami, she quickly became infamous as the NBA's most talked-about jersey chaser. Her story reads like a script only Hollywood could dream up. Married to a basketball icon, linked to teammates, and even entangled with her own son's peers. When Scott and I first got together, she once recalled, I had just signed with ICM in LA. That moment marked the beginning of a saga that would stretch from red carpets to locker rooms. She'd soon be dating her ex-husband's teammate's son. We actually met at a party 4 years ago, she said, and even later, her son's teammate. For Larsa, age was never the barrier. I feel like age doesn't really determine your level of maturity, she insisted. But behind the confident smile and curated luxury, her dating history reads like an NBA highlight reel. One that begins with the man who started it all, Scottie Pippen. Larsa's relationship with Scottie wasn't just another celebrity love story. It was a 20-year empire of love, fame, and family. Scottie Pippen, the Chicago Bulls legend who helped Michael Jordan build a dynasty, met Larsa in the mid-1990s, right at the heart of basketball's golden era. Their connection sparked when the world was watching the Bulls dominate history. In 1997, they sealed their union at Chicago's First United Methodist Temple, starting a 2-decade marriage that would see the rise of 4 children, Scottie Jr., Preston, Justin, and Sophia. To the world, they were basketball royalty. But beneath the glittering fame, cracks slowly began to form. Scottie's career was monumental. 17 seasons, 6 NBA titles, 7 All-Star selections, and a Hall of Fame induction in 2010 that cemented his status as one of the greatest small forwards of all time. Yet, while his legacy soared, their marriage quietly unraveled. Larsa filed for divorce in 2016, briefly reconciled, and then filed again in 2018, this time for good. In a later interview, she looked back with striking honesty. When Scott and I first got together, I had just signed to ICM in LA. I was going to pursue acting. I had a political science degree. I was either going to law school or chasing my dreams. But he didn't want me to do any of it. He was like, no, I can't take it. You have to come to my games. You have to be at my practices, he told her. And with that, Larsa Pippen's world began to shrink around someone else's spotlight. She later revealed how the relationship had quietly stolen her own ambitions. I wanted to be there for him. I loved him deeply, she said. So, I did everything for him. But over time, something inside her shifted. The balance that once felt right began to tip. At some point, she recalled, I realized the scale was changing. He was retired, and I thought, hey, now it's my turn. I want to start a jewelry line. I want to build something of my own. Yet the energy, the support, the love she had poured in for years wasn't coming back. After years of breakups and reconciliations, their story finally ended in December 2021. The divorce papers didn't just close a marriage. They sealed the end of a 20-year chapter that had defined both of their lives. Still, even through the heartbreak, the connection lingered through their children, especially Scottie Pippen Jr., who carried his father's legacy into the NBA. When asked if she ever lost herself being a basketball wife, Larsa's voice broke the illusion of glamour with 3 simple words. Yeah, a lot. But heartbreak didn't stop her from diving back into the same world that had once consumed her. Enter Tristan Thompson, a new name, a new chapter, and an entirely new kind of chaos. The Canadian power forward wasn't just another NBA player. He was a headline waiting to happen. 13 seasons in the league, an NBA championship with LeBron James, and a reputation that followed him wherever he went. But for Larsa, their connection came during one of her separations from Scottie, brief, intense, and dangerously close to scandal. Because this wasn't just a fling. This was before Tristan's whirlwind relationship with Khloe Kardashian, the very family Larsa was close to. According to her, she was the one who introduced them. One innocent introduction that would set off years of drama, jealousy, and betrayal in one of Hollywood's most talked-about social circles, Marcus Jordan. The son of the greatest to ever play the game, Michael Jordan himself. His name alone carries a weight that echoes through every arena, every sneaker deal, every whispered headline. And now, he was linked to Larsa Pippen, the ex-wife of his father's most famous teammate. The connection between their families wasn't just historic, it was legendary and controversial. Marcus, now 34, carved out his own path in basketball before stepping into business. As a guard for the UCF Knights from 2009 to 2012, he scored over 1,100 points, even dropping a career-high 28 in one unforgettable night against West Florida. Though he never made the leap to the NBA, Marcus turned his competitive fire toward entrepreneurship, founding Trophy Room, a luxury sneaker boutique inspired by his father's legacy. Then, in late 2022, the rumor mill exploded. Larsa and Marcus were spotted together, first quietly, then publicly. At first, she brushed it off with a calm smile, insisting, "We're just friends." But by January 2023, the truth was undeniable. They were Instagram official and stepping hand in hand into the spotlight on the Real Housewives of Miami. When asked how it all began, Larsa laughed lightly, explaining, "We met at a party 4 years ago. People think we've known each other forever, but no, we didn't." She clarified that when Michael and Scottie ruled the NBA together, their personal worlds never crossed. His parents weren't even together back then. "I was in college. We missed that whole era," she said. "We just became friends later. We had mutual friends, hung out a lot. I was even trying to set him up with my girlfriends. But fate, it seemed, had other plans." And what started as friendship was about to ignite one of the most unexpected love stories in modern basketball history. Larsa Pippen publicly confirmed her relationship, saying she and Marcus were in a really good place. When asked if they were in love, she smiled and replied, "I think so." The relationship quickly became a media storm for several reasons. The first was their 16-year age gap. Larsa, born in 1974, and Marcus, in 1990. When questioned about it, Larsa brushed off the criticism, saying, "I don't really view age as a factor. I don't think it determines maturity. If you can go to war at 18 and drink at 21, then age doesn't define how grown you are." But what really fueled the fire wasn't the age gap. It was the history between Marcus's father, Michael Jordan, and Larsa's ex-husband, Scottie Pippen. Their relationship stirred deeper controversy because Scottie and Michael's friendship had already fractured, especially after the Last Dance documentary, which Scottie felt reduced him to a side character. So when Larsa began dating Michael's son, the internet exploded. When asked if the situation felt awkward, Larsa said calmly, "It wasn't planned like that. We were just around each other a lot, and it happened naturally." She defended herself further, saying, "Being married to an athlete is hard. After divorce, people act like your life should stop. But I've overcome a lot, and I deserve love, too." The drama peaked when Michael Jordan himself was asked if he approved of the relationship. His response, a laugh followed by a simple no, went viral, sending shockwaves across the sports world. But Larsa wasn't done making headlines. After her breakup with Marcus, she found herself once again linked to basketball through Jeff Kobe, a former professional player, marking the next chapter of her post-Scottie dating life. Jeff, 31, wasn't a household NBA name, but he had carved out a solid career overseas. A Columbia University graduate who double-majored in art history and sociology with a 3.0 GPA, Kobe was named Columbia's Defensive Player of the Year in the 2016-17 season. His standout performance came against Central Penn in January 2016, where he dropped 20 points and grabbed 13 rebounds. After going undrafted in 2017, he took his talents to the G League's Westchester Knicks, then to international teams across Spain, Luxembourg, Colombia, the Dominican Republic, and Japan. Larsa and Jeff's story began in early 2025. They met at a Miami event hosted by celebrity trainer David Alexander and went public in April that same year. Their red carpet debut came on April 16, 2025, at the premiere of The Accountant 2, confirming their romance. Just weeks later, Jeff jokingly told paparazzi that they were getting married in November, a playful moment that went viral online. By May 2025, insiders reported they were taking things slow but exclusive, living separately while exploring their bond. This new relationship showed Larsa's ongoing pattern, dating men tied to basketball, though Jeff's career was mostly international rather than NBA level. Still, it kept her connected to the sports orbit. Beyond confirmed relationships, Larsa also faced rumors, the most persistent involving Ben Simmons. Ben, known for his time with the Philadelphia 76ers and Brooklyn Nets, was linked to Larsa in 2019 shortly after his breakup with Kendall Jenner. The tabloids claimed they were spotted at the same Hollywood event and even left minutes apart. The timing, while Larsa was still technically married to Scottie, made it even more scandalous, but Larsa fiercely denied the rumors. On Instagram, she declared, "I never even saw him, let alone was with him." She emphasized her loyalty to the Kardashian-Jenner family, saying she would never date someone connected to them. Years later, in January 2025, she revisited the topic on her podcast.